I'm really interested in talking to you. I realise we're probably running out of time, but just briefly about the toxins in our home. It's something that I've seen you talk about online. And, when we talk about it in our body, we're kind of like, okay, well, we don't want that. But then obviously there's just so many toxins around us that it's actually quite overwhelming. And, from our moisturizer, from our shampoo, from, the stuff we clean the bathroom with, how do we even combat that in a way that we can actually deal with in this modern world? It feels an impossible task. So can you tell me kind of how you got into being more aware of that, and also how you actually practically live your life in a way that you still are able to clean your bathroom but not cover everything in chemicals?
I have been on such a mission. It's kind of been not all consuming, but I've taken it very seriously. I've got a dog, and I have a 1 and a 3-year-old, and my mum got very, very ill this time last year, and ended up in hospital, and she was actually diagnosed with asthma prior to that. And I was just like, what, women of that age gets diagnosed with asthma out of the blue? And I started just really being more conscious of the types of products in our home. And it was actually from a few podcasts that I listened to over in America, because they have it so much worse than us. There's something like 1,200 ingredients that go into their cosmetics that are actually illegal here in the UK. And there are higher rates of infertility, and rates of miscarriage, because these toxins are literally disrupting our endocrine systems. And it's averaged that, or kind of suspected that, the average woman walks out with over 100 different toxins on her body already before she even starts her day. She just walks out the house with 100 different types of toxins. And I spoke to my mum about this, and I said, you really need to detoxify your house. She was like, but how much of what I'm using can be toxic? And I was like, your dishwasher tablets, your laundry detergents. I was like, those two alone, you're using toxic dishwasher tablets, which are being, absorbed by your cookware, glasses, whatever, and then you're using those every day. So that's one thing that you're in contact with. The other is your laundry detergent, washing your clothes, you're wearing your clothes, and they are literally seeping into your skin. I really don't want to scare anyone. Obviously, we can't get away from all toxins. That's pretty impossible, and that really would be all consuming. But we have to start looking at these ingredients and limiting them. And my husband, because I'm a bit of a psycho with this, my husband's like, we all grew up with this and we were fine. And I'm like, one, you don't know that, we could have these health related issues in a few years' time. Two, we could be thriving more than we're thriving now. And three, we are finding new toxic ingredients to extend the shelf life of these products and make them cheaper to make. So these aren't necessarily the same products we grew up with. The ingredients labels are changing. So those are kind of my 3 points. But think about everything in your household. And so many people, when they start to think about it, they're like, oh yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And we don't think about it. So all types of cleaning supplies, what you're spraying down your counter with, what you're cleaning your bathrooms with, etc. Medications as well. You need to start looking at the back of those, like different types of numbers that could be toxic. Alcohol, we discussed. Cosmetics, skincare, like I said, laundry, dishwasher, everything. And even having these products in your cupboard, they're, bleach. I do not have bleach in the house. I just think that is just so toxic. I don't want any of those fumes seeping into my house. Even if I'm only using it once a week to clean my sink, I don't want that stored in my cupboard. I've actually written a whole ebook on this. Sorry to plug it, but it's so helpful. It's available on my website at sophiebertrand.com. And I literally go through everything. And I have tried and tested so many different brands, because a lot of the kind of natural, sustainable, organic ones are not as good at cleaning, obviously, because they haven't got those toxic ingredients. But I've tried and tested so many, and I've put all my recommendations into this ebook. So I have not got a completely toxic free household. It's something I strive towards. I'm pretty, makeup is a hard one. It is really hard to find all your different mascara, foundation, lip liner, whatever, without any toxicity in at all. But where you can limit it and where you can be knowledgeable, I think that's really important, because, like I said, they're disrupting our hormones, our endocrine systems, brain health. Mold in your house is just terrible. Please, if you have mold in your house, do something about it. That is just awful. And our kids are more susceptible and vulnerable to these toxins. So their lungs and, their little brains and their bodies, and our pets as well. Please do not make your pet sleep in your laundry room where you stock or your like utility room or whatever, where you stock all your cleaning products, they're going to die young. Sorry, I just went really like
Oh yeah, it's true though, because it's quite easy to think, oh well it's fine, and it doesn't work as well if it's organic products. But actually it's because all of these harsh chemicals,
Yeah,
where are they going? If
exactly.
you're wiping the loo seat down with a wipe full of chemicals and then you're sitting on it,
Mm-hmm.
where is that going to go?
Even so many of like clothes, like things like, I'm going to call out the brands like Misguided, Shein, however you say that, Boohoo, all cheap yet fashionable clothes. Those microplastics are seeping into your skin every time you wear them.
I saw someone talking about that, and I then thought, gosh, if it's a 70% polyester, 30% acrylic top,
Yeah.
what does that mean? It's just plastic. It's just fancy words for plastic. And
Yeah.
that means that you're just wearing it and it's rubbing off. Like, where is it going to go in your skin? It breaks down. Do you know anyone
Exactly.
who's had a top like that they've paid a tenner for or whatever? Or, some of them are quite expensive, to be fair, even when they're poor quality. They don't hold their shape. They don't hold, they start bobbling or they go all not as you really want them. So where is that breaking down going? It's going into your body in some way.
And again, I probably have clothes in my wardrobe that, are not that great. But in general, definitely like my gym leggings actually is something I've been really aware of. I live and die in my gym leggings. So I've invested in, there's a really lovely website, actually. I have no affiliation with them. They're called Bamboo Clothing, and they do really lovely gym leggings and gym tops and fleeces and stuff like that. Those are like my go-to kind of staples that I wear regularly. And like I said, I probably do have quite a few jumpers and stuff that, not that great and have microplastics in. But again, it's just being aware and trying to cut back where you can.